Alright guys, Natty news, back in action. So, sorry for the lack of an episode last week. It's primarily because I was at Body Power and that was a bit of a whirlwind in terms of the experience. It was awesome, so thank you to anyone that did come and say hi. I had a few people also say that they watched these and they really liked them, so I was getting on with my day today and I was like, can I fit it in? Can I get it done? So I don't get behind again, because we know what momentum is like. And luckily I've managed to get my arse in gear and get it done. So bringing these again weekly to you guys. So first things first, we got one of my friends that actually for a very short window of time before he hooked up with his coach Darren, I helped this guy for a tiny window, like a month, and just gave him some tidbits moving forwards. But now and I knew in that moment that this guy had a world of potential, and I'm sure Darren Loxton, his coach now, is also very much aware of the potential that this kid has got. So I was talking to Denis earlier in the week, and I assumed that he'd be a junior this year. He's still 19. This kid is 19. Like, what the fuck has he been feeling himself with up until this point to get this level of muscularity, and obviously the condition as well that he brought to the stage when he was a teen last time. He was, I believe, teen, yeah, he was world champion, and I knew he won the British, but yeah, he did win the worlds as well, so awesome job. And now he's coming back as a teen. Again, he could be a teen, but I doubt that he'll do teens. I think that he may potentially go up to the junior class. I'm not sure if that's confirmed yet, but yeah, I honestly think that from my perspective and knowing what the caliber is like in the juniors, I think he would do very well in the juniors, and I wouldn't put it by him winning an overall. He's that kind of good. He is very impressive. So Denis, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep eating your oats, because we know how anabolic oats are, and I'm very excited to see that kid on stage. So best of luck to Denis. Another young junior that's coming up that I haven't mentioned yet, but people will know of, is Jack Richardson. He is probably one of the strongest kids I know on the block. He is extremely exciting in terms of the level of muscularity he's got, and he is someone that proves that if you push up your body weight to whole new levels, you can gain significant amounts of strength. And it looks like that has really paid off in the amount of lean tissue he carries. He is someone that I am also extremely excited about. He will be competing just at the UK DFBA UK finals, so he's got a buy through to get to the finals as a result of winning it as a teen back in 2016, and he went to LA. I believe he came second or third at the Worlds. But if he brings the condition this time around, which, you know, it's hard to get truly peeled as a teen, and he was very conditioned, don't get me wrong, but he knows that he can bring it to a whole new level to be a very good junior, and he's one to watch. He really is one to watch, so keep your eyes peeled on Mr. Jack. Another junior. Seems like I'm filling this show with juniors, but it's because they interest me a lot, because obviously coming from a junior bodybuilding background, I like to follow the scene. I met this guy over the weekend. I think that's the first time we spoke in person, but I know how impressive he is. He's really got his head on. Like, just talking to him, he sounds very confident, very composed in the way that he does things. I know that he's been working around some injuries, but he competed as a teen last year, and I remember seeing him at the finals, being very impressed again with his level of muscularity for a teen. I think that, could he have been a little bit more conditioned as a teen? Perhaps. I think he did enough as a teenager, but as a junior, I know that he'll bring a different caliber in terms of conditioning, and obviously the level of muscularity will be increased too by fact of him being so consistent in his off season, so consistent. He is very good at being consistent. So I'm excited to see his progress towards the stage. Finally, so actually I've got two more. Just looking at my list at the moment. So Tom Pointer again, who's an avid watcher of the Natty news, mentioned to me Steve. So Steve actually won a PCA show. So he won the Masters over 50. So massive well done to Steve. Steve is I believe he's either running or he's a he's an EQ, sorry, yeah, he's a EQ nutrition athlete. So he's a big part of what EQ Nutrition do. They do great products for obviously drug-tested bodybuilding. They're drug-free, banned substance-free products. But amazing result to sort of place that highly in a lineup of obviously potentially people who are assisted. So a huge well done to Steve, and he's looking, as usual, peeled. He's very, very, very cool as a bodybuilder. So definitely want to follow for the rest of the year. I'm not sure if he'll do the Britain, but if he does, I'm sure he'll do very well. Final one to feature a female. It's my good friend Emma. She trains at the same gym as me, but seeing her very recently, sort of in the gym and what she's doing with her lifts, and the fact that she's doing some Olympic lifting, which I know that she wanted to get into after competing in bikini for several years. She was very, very, very on the edge of getting a pro card within the within the UK BFF, and I believe that if she was to compete in the future, she would certainly be one of the ones to contend for that IFBB pro status in the bikini category. She's got a very cool physique, and she does just great posts. You know, like she'll often be very honest with the way that she's looking. She won't post up bullshit, just loads of booty photos or anything. Like, nothing against that, girls, but honestly, like, it's refreshing to see someone who is a female in the fitness industry and look at her feed. Like, it's her clients, it's genuine normal selfies, it's strong lifts. It's a cool feed, you know, it's a really cool feed. So I'm really liking Emma's content, and I think that she's a good one to follow, so hence why I've mentioned her. And I know that she is very proud of her drug-free status as well, despite competing in untested federations. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this week. So I hope you've enjoyed the episode. As usual, follow everyone that I mentioned. Make sure you stay up to date with their content and help grow the sport. We're very close. We're about 3.5 weeks out, and 3.5 and 3 weeks out from some of the first natural qualifiers of the season with the BNBF and the UK DFBA. The UK DFBA first show is in Rugby, so make sure to check that out. It's the USN Classic. If you're near the area, make sure that you get tickets and come along and watch some of the physiques there. And the first BNBF show is in Scotland. In Perth, in Perth. So, and that's at a wonderful venue. So I've been there before for some of the finals that they ran there, and that was amazing. So I believe it's the Horse Cross out of the top of my head. But yeah, you can find all the info on their site. So BNBF have a website, as do the UK DFBA. So make sure you check out their sites, support the sport, and continue it growing. You know, if you're in the local area to any of these shows, make sure you come along and be in the audience. All right, guys. That's it for this episode, and we'll chat next week. Cheers!